All right, I'm back. It's been like 6, 7 months, but listen, we finally are about to get into a full tap into my collection. I've had a lot of sneakers that have not made it to the channel, but I guess this has been, I guess, something that I can say that everybody's been asking to see. So we finally about to tap into this collection. So let's go. What's good? What's cracking? What's happening? It's your boy Moose the Alpha, and yes, you just heard me say it, but we are finally about to tap into a full breakdown of all of the sneakers. Y'all probably seen me put most of these on Twitter, but we got into a conversation probably like last week or so where my boy G-Rock basically said he really kind of called us out and said, hey, listen, I want to see all of y'all's collection. So I thought I would take the plunge and I'm going to go first. He added me first, so I'm just going to take it and do it. So I'm not gonna make this a long intro. I've been gone like 6, 7 months. I don't know. Don't be mad at me. But yes, we finally about to make a comeback. I don't know if there's gonna be many videos after this one, but I think this is a good timestamp for me to see everything that's in the collection. Some things may have a story, some things may not. I'm gonna have my good shoe cyclopedia right here, just in case, I may forget some of the names on something. So don't judge me. Like, I really been doing this since 2010. So don't try to come for me. Some sneakers I may forget the name, but we got the shoe cyclopedia. We're gonna break this down pretty simple. We're gonna go in order from Jordan 1 through 20. Then we're gonna go LeBron 1 through 22. We're gonna go to Kobe's. We're gonna go to KD's after that. Then we got some pennies, some Deion Sanders. We'll jump into Adidas, collaboration, some other Nike, but we're gonna go in clean order. We're gonna try to keep this smooth. We're gonna rock and roll, and hopefully I'm gonna try to keep this under like an hour for y'all. It's probably gonna take me like 2 hours plus to record this, so hey, just hang in tight for me because we about to tap into all of the sneakers. I think I had everything from the collection here. We're gonna see if that's the same by the end of this video, but I think I have everything in the collection. But man, let's go ahead and tap into it. Let's go. All right, so we got all the Jordan 1s laid out in front of me, and I'm just gonna keep doing it like row by row so that way we can keep this organized. Like I said, we're gonna go ahead and start here, and then we're just gonna work our way down, and we're gonna just kind of touch every sneaker. So let's go ahead and get started. So starting up first, we have a shoe that I have not worn yet, still dead stock, but we have the Satin Bread 1. Now this shoe was hated by a lot of people. I actually ended up finding this at one of the Nike stores here in the city for dirt cheap. They did come with a second set of laces. I'm gonna try to show y'all if the shoe has like any extras or anything, but like I say, without making it too long. So yes, got the Satin Bread 1. It did come with this little like carrying case for you to put it in because this was like a women's exclusive, so I got mine in size 10. And I actually ended up getting these like pretty cheap. I think like 110 or 120 for these. So this is a shoe that I'm excited to have inside of my collection. I haven't worn it, but that's because you're going to see I have quite a bit of bread sneakers. So moving on to the next one, we have the Patent Bread 1, and I've actually worn this shoe quite a bit, as you can see. I actually love putting this sneaker on. Once again, I think this was technically part of the Reimagined series. I want to say that there was a couple that's like everybody's always iffy about if it was or not, but the Patent Bread, they did come with these red sneakers. I mean, the red laces. I'm not going to put the red lace in there. I don't think it does it any justice in this shoe, but yes, I have the Patent Bread as well. Then we get into the heavy hitter. I knew I was going to have to stop here because once again, I mean, this is just a couple months ago. We know how crazy everybody was going for this shoe, how much outrage that this shoe created since really like October, November last year when they found out that there was only going to be 10,000 pair. I don't know if that ended up being true. If it is true, I'm glad to be blessed as one of the 10,000. Shout out to my boy Jamar. He ended up letting me get these for the low early too, and shipped them over to me one day. So shout out to my boy for that. But yes, man, we have the 85 cut 2025 version of the Bread Air Jordan 1, and I don't think, just realistically, that I'll ever put this on the ground, and if I do, it has to be like a crazy special occasion, just because, I mean, like I said, we were all there a couple months ago. We know how crazy people were going about this shoe. But yes, man, so I have the 85 Bread 1. We'll keep moving, and I think I'm gonna stop here to give a disclaimer on this one as well too. So here I have an 85 cut custom. We don't do fakes, we don't do UAs, we don't do, oh, this is an A grade beat. No, this is a custom done by developer Boring. And realistically, when I did not think that I was gonna have a chance to get that, I'm like, well, dang, I would like to have a 85 to display. I ended up picking these up and they did come with like a different set of laces. As you can see though, when you compare them to the, let me grab it again, the actual 85 bread, you can see that there's some difference in, you know, like just the color that they did there on the custom. But you can always tell, you know what I'm saying, people aren't trying to pass it as real because it will say custom on the inside. The insoles say developer boring. They're not Nike branded, but you can always tell. But they did really good. When I say like quality wise, like I don't know if you can see it as I push, they did really good on the quality. I appreciate developer boring for what they're doing. Like I said, I wouldn't be, you know, trying to sell this off of my collection, but this is just something that I wanted to have. I thought it would be something cool to collect and possibly wear if I didn't want to put my 85 on the ground. But yeah, gonna keep it rocking and rolling to another recent pickup, and I actually got these with the misses, so we both have these. Shout out to Lace Lab. You're going to see a lot of the sneakers when I get my lace swaps. I will always do Lace Lab. That's a shameless plug. They're not paying me for that, so I should probably cut that out. Lace Lab, pay me some money so I can keep promoting your brand. But yes, I did the sale lace swap in the reimagined black toe, and these got a lot of hate, tons of hate for people that were saying like, "Yo, this is gonna be a terrible shoe. Why do people you know, want this shoe because of the Air Jordan on the side? They're not the wings." Hey, neither here nor there. I really like them. The missus is over here. She's sitting next to me, so I'm gonna just watch some of the things I'm saying. But I really want to get another pair of these. So if they drop around like 100, 110, we might be doubling up on these. But I'm definitely looking to, you know, get another one so I can put these and beat these to the ground and have another one for like 5 years later to look back and say, remember y'all hated this shoe and I love this shoe. And we're gonna talk about that. Another reimagined Air Jordan 1 is about to come up here in a second. But yes, the black toe reimagined, have these. I still haven't worn them, but I did do, like I said, the Lace Lab, lace swap in them. Yeah, man, let's go ahead and keep it pushing through these Jordan 1s because we got quite a bit to go through. Another heavy hitter right here, bro. Shout out to Union LA. Listen, the day that these dropped and they did that raffle, I 1000% thought I was one of the losers. I actually put in for the raffle. It was like 2:30 that day. I saw all of y'all on Twitter getting y'all's W, y'all posting. They're like, "Hey, I got the dub. I'm like, hey, they just really must not rock with me. But I ended up getting my checkout maybe like 2:45, 3 o'clock after I thought all hope was gone. But this is such a clean shoe, man. Yeah, so the Union Shadow to Chicago. I know some people were calling it like the Baron to Chicago, but either or, really like this sneaker a lot. I'm probably gonna do the yellow lace just because like that little silky material on like the two-tone was just kind of weird and it keeps the shoe untying. But we're gonna move on, keep it pushing. Once again, so this is actually pretty crazy about these because I actually just saw I think Mr. Unloved Ones, he was posting that they're talking about doing in a regular shadow in an 85 cut maybe next year or maybe later on this year. But I also did have another pair of customs done by Developer Boring. Those are the only two Developer Boring shoes that I have. This is another 8.5 in the shadow. I actually got these for like, I think like $70 from somebody who ended up getting them in America. They didn't fit and then he just wanted to sell them. So I'm like, damn, I think that'd be pretty decent for me to have. So I actually picked up this from him and he actually shipped them over to me in like one day. Really cool dude, good business. Y'all know I'm a really big fan of people doing good business and not scamming in the community. But yes, I picked this up and this is just like I say, once again, quality materials. Like if Jordan Brand could just, you know what I'm saying, like just do something remotely like this, I would definitely be looking forward to picking up Nike's legitimately authorized release of the irregular or regular shadow in an 85 cut. But really feeling this shoe. Let me just give y'all another look at it just to see like kind of what it's hitting on right there. I've actually worn these like 3 or 4 times and I did like a mink oil treatment on it so you can see like the leather looks really decent and I have a shoe tree in there. So let's keep it pushing though. Next pair of ones we have a dead stock pair of the Royal Reimagine, and let me tell y'all something about this shoe. This shoe is gas. I have once again another Lace Lab sale wax lace swap going on inside of these, but I actually doubled up on this pair. So what happened is this next one, I have 2, so I can show y'all. I have 2 of them. I wore this one and I tried to clean it with either like some MGK or something, the sneaker cleaner they be selling in the middle of the mall. But I actually put on a suede and it like kind of ruined it. I don't even know if you can tell, but like it doesn't have the same movement. It kind of discolored a little bit and I was kind of salty. And I'm like, do I just get another pair? And y'all hated them so much where they were selling them for like $100 towards the end of last year. And I just picked up another pair to keep them clean. So I actually do wear the other pair, but I have this lace swap in here. And I do have the additional blue laces that come with it. But I like this one. I think this actually is the cleanest look to have like the white lace inside of there. But that's how I just rock and roll with them. So I have 2 pair of those as well. Then we jump back to something a little bit older. I actually have a video of these on my YouTube, on my Instagram, my TikTok, and all of that. So stop real quick, shameless plug, moves_the_alpha on all my socials. Just tap in with me. I'm only going to talk about shoes for real. So if you don't really like shoes, you probably shouldn't be in this video, and you probably ain't going to want to follow me. But yeah, so I got the pine green, the 2.0s. I really love the materials that they did on this. I wear this shoe as well quite a bit. I think I just wore it when we went out of town a couple of weeks ago. And it comes with the red lace off. I haven't put the red lace in there, but I like the red lace look on there. And let's keep it rocking and rolling because we still got quite a bit of ones to make it through, man. I'm running out of breath. Like, I'm doing this for y'all. We have the Union, the Summer 96. I believe that's what this is called technically, like the Summer 96. There's a thick sole one. There's like a a version that's for like the women, but I still have mine when GOAT did like the $85, $75 sale a couple months back. I picked these up. And I know, once again, out of all of the Union Air Jordan 1 drops, that these get a lot of hate. I really like this sneaker. I really like the woven look that it has on it. Like I said, I think the colors are good, the material is good, the storyline was good. This was really, hey, don't shoot the messenger, but I feel like out of all the Union collabs, this had the best story, at least out of the Jordan 1s. This had the best story, and people just kind of hate on it. I do have the different laces as well in the other shoe sitting down here. I'm not going to show it because I'm trying to keep it short, but we do have the yellow lace as well, but I haven't put them in there, but I probably will do the yellow lace once I go to ahead and pull these out. The next shoe I'm going to show you the right one just because it does have the tag on there. So this is another women's exclusive, or, a women's only drop. And I believe these are just called the white metallic gold. But yo, I'm telling y'all, the toe box on this is butter. I love the material on this shoe. I love the colors on this because, once again, so I felt like if I was to go to like a probate, shout out to the bros, to the good bros, shameless plug there. This is a good sneaker that I can pull out. I probably wouldn't wear it with the hang tag, and I feel like we've had this conversation about like wearing shoes with the, extras that come, but I put mine through the middle because just in case I might break my own rule and want to actually pull these out and wear it with that on there, because I feel like that just made kind of the piece. But yes, I have the white and metallic gold women's exclusive, or women's release of the Air Jordan 1. And we're finally in the last row of Air Jordan 1s, and we're going to move on to the Jordan 2s. I forget what these are called. I feel like this was like something red. It was not Team Red. It was, see, once again, don't shoot me, don't shoot the messenger. But I picked these up. I believe I got these off of like Soul Links when they were running for like super cheap. Probably got them for like 80 or 90 bucks. I haven't worn them, but I feel like it's just a good color Air Jordan 1 to have in a sneaker. Maybe artisanal red. I think that's what it's called. I don't know. I'm not too sure. But now we have one of my favorite Air Jordan 1s. Yo, the Tokyo Biohack, man. When I'm telling you, I always wanted these when they first released, and I actually couldn't get them. And then I ended up picking them up. Shout out to my boy Mike Kick. Sometime last year, he ended up finding a pair in a size 9 for me. I'm anywhere between an 8 and a 9.5. It just depends on the shoe. If I really wanted to add it to the collection, if I can go up or down. But I picked this up from him. And when I tell you, like, bro, the crazy colors, the materials on these bad babies, the laces, the tongue, yo, Tokyo, the Biohack, yo, this is one of my favorite Air Jordan 1s just because it's crazy. I like crazy colors. I really tend to dress black, gray, white when it comes to my clothes, so I really like my shoes to pop, and that definitely does it. And this is funny. So these elephant print Air Jordan 1s, I just recently wore these, and I happened to look on GOAT. The price on these shot up, so I actually have these. And it's funny, I had a pair of these before when I was in college, and I want to say that they had nicknamed them then the Unsupreme ones. I think Supreme had a pair of Air Jordan 1s that looked like this, or somebody had a pair like this. But they had nicknamed them like the Unsupreme ones at one point in time. But I actually saw these had just went up in price like kind of crazy, maybe like $300-400 bucks. And I've kind of beat mine to the ground now. But hey, like I say, man, wear your sneakers. I know I don't probably wear enough of my sneakers, but I definitely wear them a lot. But I really like the elephant print ones. These, once again, these are like one of those Zoom Comfort pair, but I actually got these from Chic. I want to say, I hope I'm saying that store right. SHIEKH, Chic. But I ended up picking these up for like $26 one day. It was something you couldn't beat. Literally, I ended up getting like one of those discounts that were like doing the air and stacking. But I picked these up for like $26. Haven't worn them, but I think this is also another women's exclusive. But I have those as well. And then we have the UNC to Chicago. I have the lows. So my fiance, she has the highs of these. I grabbed the lows a couple of weeks ago. I think my boy Mike Kicks let me grab these for like $60. I took them home. And listen, I was about to say he had them for a little while, and he kept trying to get me to buy them. Like, I don't need the shoe. And then of course there was one day where I'm just like, all right. I mean, it's been a little while, so I ended up picking up these. I like the low top version of it. I haven't put this on foot yet, but yeah, got these little shoe trees in them to make sure they keep, you know what I'm saying, keep the shoe sturdy and in shape until I go ahead and decide to put them on. But super clean sneaker. I rock with it. I love it. And then finishing off, I think I bought these two from like Soul Links when they did like a sale or something on Air Jordan 1s. But I have these lows. I never wore them. I'm not a big fan of Air Jordan 1 lows, so you see I don't have many of them in the collection. But yeah, I got this gold and black pair once again. I thought I was probably going to wear it to like a probate or when I went back to my old campus or something like that. But I'll probably never wear these. I might end up just giving these away to somebody because, you know, it's almost like Pittsburgh Steelers colors too. And, you know, it's always go Browns over here in my household. But that is all of the Air Jordan 1s, man. I know that that's been like a mouthful, but yes, this is all of the Air Jordan 1s. We're about to put these back on the shelf. I'm about to line up the 2s, and we're going to keep this show rocking and rolling. But let me know, just stop right now. Let me know, what was your favorite pair of my Air Jordan 1s that I just showed you? What's your favorite pair of Air Jordan 1s? Hey, keep rocking and rolling because we're about to move on to the Air Jordan 2s. All right, so next, we're going to tap into the Jordan 2s. Not as many of them, but I do have, you know, a good mix of Jordan 2s, and you're going to see that I like this model that they did more recently here that I classify as a 2. So let's go ahead and just get it kicked off and started. So I have the Jordan 2 Union here. I haven't worn this one. These are a little bit tough around there. I'm pretty sure if you own these, you know, like that leather in there is a little bit tough, and I really just haven't had the occasion to pull out these Jordan 2 the Unions. I know a lot of people don't like these. I actually ended up picking these up maybe like a couple months back because of the hate that they were getting. I found them for a really good deal on GOAT, and I was just like, you know what, that's a pretty decent, you know, color on there. I like the color scheme. I like exactly kind of like the yellow hits and everything on there too. But I also really like the unorthodox sneaker that everybody like, oh my god, brick. I hate brick culture. I'm not a big fan of brick culture. I don't believe in it. I believe in collecting what you like, wearing what you like, and stuff like that. With that being said, I also have the other pair of Air Jordan 2, the Union. I'm not sure which one I like more, to be quite honest. I feel like it's just kind of depending on the day. I do like the sole on this one here just because of like that red hit, but they both look really good. I'm a big fan of both of them. And like I say, I mean, I buy what I like. So when y'all screaming out bricks and stuff going under retail, that's usually where I'm coming in and scooping and getting the sneaker that I like. I just wish that it didn't have that leather on the inside there, because boy, that stuff is stiff, and I know that can probably make a sneaker hard to wear without the comfortability. And 2s aren't always the most comfortable, but like I say, man, I'm glad to have both pair in my collection. Then I also have the white and cement pair. I really like these just because of how subtle it is on the outside. I actually wear these quite a bit. I like that on the inside. I don't know. Let me see if I can get this out of here really quick. If not, I'm gonna just skip past this. Oh no, it came out pretty decent. I like that on the insole that it has like, you know, some color. You know, look up in the air is what it says on the insoles there. But these are really one of my favorite 2s to pull out just because, like I say, I wear black, gray, white, red. You know what I'm saying? I keep it pretty simple most of the time when I do wear clothes. So this is something that's really easy to wear. So I'm gonna throw those down there. And then I have these Melon Tints. I remember when these went on sale too. I think I got these for like 60 or 70 bucks. Another sneaker that everybody kind of didn't like, especially with it being a Jordan 2 low. I know 2s already get hate. I think that the Jordan 2 low looks better than the Jordan 2 high, but you know, people I think just kind of just trash this sneaker in general when it comes just to model. But I really like Jordan 2s. I don't know if I'm like one of the only few people that, you know, collect sneakers that really enjoy Jordan 2s, but I do have the Jordan 2 low in a Melon Tint. Got them for a really good deal. And then we're going to get into something that's a fusion, like a more modern fusion, not like the Taxi Fusions, the 5 Fusions that we thinking about like back in the day. What is that, like mid 2000s? But a really good sneaker that Jordan and Nike brand have put together now, and that is the 2-3, the Jordan 2-3. So I have this white and varsity red colorway in them. This is super clean. Like when I'm telling you, like, I don't know why I feel like if Nike would have just did this originally, I don't know if that would have changed how people receive the shoe, but I feel like this is way better, you know, of a looking sneaker than really sometimes the Jordan 2 low. So I have this in the white and red colorway. I also have, like you say, if it's going to come white and gray, I'm going to do it that way. So I have the white and gray colorway of these as well too. Haven't worn any of them because I mean I wear a suit and tie every day for work. I get dressed up on the weekends maybe to go to, you know, brunch with the missus or, you know, run to the mailbox. I don't really get to wear my sneakers as much. Don't sue me because y'all see so many, dead stock sneakers, but I also have like this Obsidian colorway. I think the Obsidian Jordan 1 dropped this morning, and it's just kind of like why I didn't go for it, because I have an Obsidian sneaker in the collection that I don't wear. I just have it kind of sitting there, and I didn't necessarily need it. But let me know if you did pick up that Jordan 1 Obsidian today. But yes, I have them in 3 different colors, and if you saw, I actually did an Instagram post on these 3 as well too, just because I really do respect the model. I like it, and I know usually when Jordan Brand or Nike try to do like fusions, I'm talking about like the 617 23s, the 60 pluses, the true rings. I mean, all of those, all the sneakers that everybody like, don't, or 6 rings. Sorry, mark that. I make mistakes. Real players too. Yes, the 6 rings and stuff like that, like those fusions, y'all don't respect it, but Jordan, Nike, they got it right when they did this 2-3, and even, it's like some newer models and stuff like that usually people pass on, but they did it right here. So that is all of the 2s, the 2-3s that I have in my collection, and we about to jump over to one of my favorite models, the Air Jordan 3, so let's tap into those. All right, so now we moved into one of my favorite models, the Air Jordan 3. I think a lot of people will say the same thing. You hear the saying like, I only wear 1s and 4s, I only wear 3s and 11s and stuff like this. But I genuinely would say that 3s are one of my favorite sneakers just because it is kind of more comfort around like the ankle area. But let's go ahead and get this kicked off. So starting here in my 3s, we have the most recent edition of the Air Jordan Black Cement 3. I feel like we always say this, like every person needs one of these in their collection. I do genuinely feel like the Black Cement 3 is a sneaker that everybody needs in their collection. And I know a lot of people talking about like the quality control on these, like this was a brick, this was a miss, it's sad. I need sneakers like this to sit because I need 2, 3, 4, parodies if possible. I have 2 right now. So I did double up on this one. I keep seeing it, they keep going on, like restocks and sales like that. I'm gonna pick another pair up pretty soon, because when I wear these, like I have 2 on the back stock for like 3 or 4 years to come. But yeah, so y'all keep letting stuff like that sit, and you'll get 3, 4 pair out of me. Then moving here to another one back in the Reimagined series. So this is funny. So I actually made my first trade on Trade Block for these when the Reimagined 4 came out, which I'm going to show you in a second. I picked up maybe 3 or 4 pair of these, and then I ended up having a couple 8.5s left over, and I did a trade because I did not have the Reimagined 3s in my collection. So I ended up trading to get these. So very happy to have these in my collection. Once again, another one I haven't wore. I'm sorry. I know that y'all be like, man, sneakers are meant to be worn, but sometimes it's like if I don't have the occasion, like I don't want to just run a Kroger and I'm about to bust out my undead stock, my 3s. I don't really go many places, so it's like I try to wear my shoes as much as possible, but like I said, I like to keep them clean. I like to cherish them. I still don't mind scrubbing my sneakers with a toothbrush and stuff like that. Like I get it down like that still. But yes, I have the Reimagined White Cement 3. Then jumping over, I have the Fire Red 3s. I have worn these. I actually wear these quite a bit. This goes with like my Buckeye attire. I am from Columbus, Ohio, but I just reside in, another state now. But I will always be a Buckeye, so I always pull these out when I'm wearing like my Buckeye attire. I love my Fire Red 3s, and as you can see, they kind of have been, touched. They've been worn a little bit. They got a little love to them. And then same here with these True Blue 3s. I do have a pair of them. These ones are a little bit beat. They're more like some, not a beater, but they're a little bit more beat up now. But I had them, I got them cleaned up. I was thinking about possibly doing a sole swap, but I'm like, why not? I feel like they'll bring them out again eventually. So I just kind of beat these ones up and, I kind of have them. Here we have the Craft Ivory 3. So let me tell y'all, bro, this is a banger. Like, this is a banger of a sneaker. I don't know if I'm the only person that feels like that, but like Jordan Brand was in their bag when they dropped these, and I don't really see too many people appreciating the sneaker, how hard it was. Like, even when it comes down to like the double brand, you had the Nike and the Jordan there, you had the double Jumpman action kind of going on there, like the outsole. This is a good shoe. So yes, I have the Craft Ivory 3. And then another shoe that y'all let sit and that y'all let go and sell, people disrespected. When I was in high school, if you had anything from the Fear Pack, Fear 3s, Fear 4s, you were that guy. And then y'all let these come back out and y'all let them sit. So I definitely have the Fear 3s. I had the Fear 4s. And I remember somewhere last year they were saying the Fear 5s were supposed to be coming back out this year. Haven't seen that rumor. Haven't seen any news about it. But I would like to complete the pack. So yes, I have the Fear Pack 3s. And this goes well with my Cleveland Browns gear. I think when the Browns played the Texans in that playoff game, I think I had these on that game. I want to say I did. Don't quote me on that. I think I can find a picture. And then the last 3s that I have, something just a little bit unorthodox. I have the Animal Instinct 2.0s. They came with multiple different laces, as you can see. Really like this shoe because of like the detail. It had like the Animal Instinct behind the tongue. Like you said, you had like the different, animal prints where, from the mud guard, the midsoles and things like that. But just a really good sneaker all around. I know sometimes when I wear these, people like no sneakers, they'll think that I'm pulling out like the Pit Crews. I wish I had a pair of the Pit Crew 3s in my collection, but no, this is just a really good one. I like to pull these out occasionally. I've had these for some years, and I've had these for tons of wears. I didn't beat these, but I think just because of the materials, they still look good. Sometimes, maybe I'm getting a little bit of like sale on the midsole when this was white, I believe, when I originally got it. But yes, I've worn this sneaker a lot, and I really do love my Animal Instinct 2.0s. I don't really care for the first ones that had like the zebra and the leopard and all of that in it, but I didn't care for that one. But I really like this one, probably because, like you say, it's black. Kind of had like a little bit of that Oregon hit, and maybe it did kind of resemble the Pit Crew, and that's why I like it so much. But yeah, so that's my Air Jordan 3s, and now we're about to go ahead and keep it on moving into the Air Jordan 4s. So let's move along. All right, let's go. We're jumping into the Air Jordan 4. So I don't have any pair of them, but the ones that I do have, I got some heavy hitters. So starting off, I have the reimagined Air Jordan 4. I love this sneaker. Once again, I know that very, very much so controversial, just like almost every other sneaker in the Lost and Found series besides the Lost and Found ones, which I don't have. And another shameless plug, if you have an 8.5, a size 9, really even an 8, and you trying to let me get it for the low, close to retail, or you just got like a good deal, bro, please let me get it. That is the only sneaker I'm missing from the reimagined series. But yes, I have the reimagined 4s. And I really like this. I'm not gonna lie. Don't get me wrong, though. I think it is better than than having like the Reebok uppers or whatever. I'm not gonna get into that argument. I just think this is a good sneaker. I really like these a lot. I ended up having like 2 or 3 pair of these when they originally dropped. Like I said, I let some go for the reimagined 3s, and then I only have this one pair still now. Moving on to the military blue 4. Of course, I have a pair of these. These went crazy. Everybody was like losing their mind. I feel like people went crazy for this, and they did the Bread 4. And I have 2 pair of these. This was definitely worth it. I feel like anytime when it's a white shoe, I can justify double up, because I know once I wear this one, it's going to start looking tan, ashy. I don't like it. So that's why I got 2 of these as well. And this has these and the Bread 4. A lot of these sneakers I get us both because we like matching. You know what I'm saying? We be doing like little, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, we be matching. But once again, I told y'all I do have the Fear 4s. This is self-explanatory, bro. That Fear Pack fire. This is heat. If you had these when, like I say, back in the day, this was something that people would stop, stare, they're gonna break their neck, like, yo, did you see that? And then people kind of just let them come and go. Maybe it's just like, it's not the same as it was back in the day. But for me, yeah, this is it right here. The next pair of 4s that I have, this is a hard sneaker to me. I don't know, I don't even see many people wear these, but the Vivid Sulfur 4, I think this might have been like a women's exclusive. Maybe that's why I didn't go that crazy. But I remember the day that I went to go get these. Actually, I was just going to go see them. I went to go to the gallery, and I'm like, I just want to look at it. Let me see what it's looking like. I saw the shoe, and I instantly was like, no, I need a pair. So this looks black, but if you ever really get up close on this is like a really dark, like carbon slate gray. If you look at the tongue, it's like different colors. You can see the white, yellow, and black running behind the Jumpman on there too. And I feel like white, yellow, and black 4s tend to do really well years later. Like people will pull them out. You're like, oh my God, you had those. Like I feel like all of the white, yellow, and black 4s do really well later on. So I'm really excited to have these. Haven't put these on my feet. Once again, I don't go anywhere, but you know what I'm saying? I still was glad to add them to the collection. This is a really good shoe. And like I'm telling, let me see. I hope that the camera's picking it up. There's different colors behind the Jumpman, where it's usually just like solid, like yellow, black, yellow again. But fire shoe. I really like this sneaker a lot. Then, yeah. Let's talk about it. So more recent heat. So I feel like this always brings more excitement when it's fresh, it's new. I have the Nigel Sylvester, the brick by brick Air Jordan 4. I was about to say, it's called Nike, so can we call this Bikey? The Bikey Air? No, but it's Bike Air. But yes, man, I have the brick by brick 4s. Shout out to the Better Generation. Y'all see, I got the cap one too. Shout out to them in the city. They holding us down, and they really treat me nice. But like I say, not just because they let me win these, but they just do really good, solid things. When they do raffles, they're honest. They're putting really the sneakers in people's hands. Shout out to PJ Tucker. Shout out to the Better Generation. I always shop with them. Make sure y'all stay on the lookout for their happy hours. What was it? I think Thursday they just did one. I got me some more pieces. I ain't get no shoes, but I got some clothes from them. But yes, man, they did this raffle after I missed. I only put in like 1 or 2 raffles. I wasn't crazy for it, but if I would have got it for retail like I did, I would have picked the shoe up. And you know what I'm saying? I was one of the lucky ones. So I got these in a size 8. Like I said, I go 8 to 9.5. But I'm not gonna lie, bro. This shoe has movement. I like the colors. I always thought that when I saw it, I'm gonna wear like a throwback Tom Brady Tampa Bay Buccaneers creamsicle jersey, but then I saw it in like the oranges and the reds are all. But I don't know, this is actually going to be a shoe that's going to be tough to wear. But definitely I want to say watch out when y'all wear jeans with these. I saw people that were like wearing them and like they had jeans on and it was staining because of some premium materials. But yeah, got the bike 4s. And then to finish it off, it's only right, I do have a pair of RM4s. This is not the driveway green pair. This is just a standard pair. It came with some green laces in them. I put the white lace in it because I thought it looked better. But yeah, it's just like I say, once again, like, you know, Jordan Brand, Nike, they're like trying to push it forward, do new models and things like that. And I really respect this. I like the RM4 a lot. I know some people are like, oh, once again, they're doing too much or changing models. They need to do something new. But I genuinely like this. And with that being said, I saw, and I've been talking about it for like a couple of weeks now, the RM4 Nigel Sylvester's, the driveway gray, not the green pair, the gray pair, is going for under retail in a size 8. So I'll probably will be bringing those home in April because April is kind of a chill month. I'm only looking for the Kobe 8s realistically. So I might reach back. They're going under retail. I'll probably have the RM4 driveway gray by the end of next month. But yes, I have these in the meantime, and they're pretty decent. I like the shoes, so I just wanted to try it, and this was the colorway that I ended up getting for like $60. So I wanted to try this. It was a good deal for me. So yes, that's all the 4s that I have in my collection, and we're about to move on. I don't really have, you know what, I'm not going to even stop the camera. Let's jump into the 5s real quick because I don't have many pairs, so this is going to be pretty easy. I have 5s and 6s to be quite honest. So when it comes to 5s, I just want to go ahead and just do this really quick. I have the Reimagined 5, which is essentially just still the Air Jordan 5 that we all know, minus the piping. So I got a pair of these. I did not double up. I really like this sneaker. I was just happy to have one. I didn't need to double up here, but I have it once again. When it's black shoes, I'm more reluctant to double up because it's like, it'll live. But yes, I have these 5s. Alright, so we ran into a little issue with my storage there, but I wanted to make sure everything was good. But I finished off with the metallic 5. Let me show y'all where I was going at with the 5 so we can finish those out. So I do have, as you can see here, the Easter, I think these are called like Easter blue 5s or Easter something 5s, but I have these. I grabbed these a while ago and I beat these up and I actually just had them restored. I wouldn't even say restored. I had them cleaned. I did like a sole treatment on them, but they are worn. You know, I like them. I like the color, but yes, I have these as well. And then I also have, to jump right in because I don't have many of them, I do have the green glow 6s when it comes to 6s in my collection. Like I said, I don't have any 5, 6s, and I don't have any 7s at all in my collection. But I do have these, and I've actually seen many people still like pulling these out and wearing them. I think because they are so, you know, easy to wear. Like I said, you can just wear like all black and these pop, and they don't really get dirty. Like the soles of them still look really good. It almost looks like a brand new sneaker. But yes, I do have these, and if they ever want to stop playing because those Olympic 6s are not selling the way that they wanted to, just drop them under 100, and I will grab some. I promise you I will. But yes, these are the only 6s that I have in my collection at the time. So let's keep moving. I have these 8s and I have my 9s right in front of me, but we're about to jump into those in 1 second. So let me put these back. All right, and we're right into it now. So let's go ahead and start with the 8s. I don't have many of these. But like I said, I don't have any 7s. The only 7s that I thought about picking up is the Trophy Room 7s because I saw that they're selling pretty cheap. And I really would like them to, release the Raptors sometime soon. I feel like it's definitely due time for us to get the Raptors again. But when it comes to 8s, I don't have many of them as well. And it's just crazy because I feel like this is the most comfortable Jordan. I know people talk about it all the time, but this is definitely the most comfortable Jordan. So I think these are just called like the Maroon 8s or something like that. But I have these. I picked these up for my cousin about a year or two ago. Nothing special about them, but I do like the colors of it. I feel like 8s are just really like a slept-on model. And then this next one, once again, heavy hitter. I got the Mikasa Tsukasa from Soulfly. And when I say that the detail on these bad babies are crazy, I actually wore these last year when we were gone. But yes, the Mikasa, the Sukas under there. You have the Soulfly logo on the top of this one. On the other sneaker, you have the 23, and like I said, kind of continues that through there. But you know, when I say this is a banger, this is a banger of a sneaker. Materials, color, even on the inside. I don't know if y'all can see like the inside. I don't know if cameras pick it up, but you know, yeah. So I have these two. Those are the only two pair of 8s that I have. And then let's jump into the Space Jam 9. So funny story about these really quick. I actually had these when they released back. I would say like I was super young, and I stepped in some cat poop. And my dad, instead of like just cleaning them off and like scraping the bottom, he made me throw my Space Jam 9s away. Like I was hurt, devastated. But I finally got these back into the collection a little while ago, and I definitely wear these a lot. I actually just wore these when I went to go pick up the next shoe we're going to talk about, which is the most recent release from a couple weekends ago of the Cool Grey 9. And I've never owned this shoe. Didn't have it in 2002 because moms wasn't buying them. Did not get them in 2012, so I had to watch everybody in high school sport these. My best friend, my boy C-Nas, he actually had these. Dev had these as well. Shout out to my brothers. But yes, I was actually never able to get my hands on these. So this is my first time ever owning the Cool Grey 9. So super excited to have this. Like this was one of like my favorite pickups. I wasn't even worried about the brick by brick. Like I was worried about this. I was hoping everybody would stay focused on that so I could just cleanly pick these up, and they keep selling out. I mean, and rightfully so. This is a really good sneaker, but that is my Jordan 8s, my 9. I don't have any 10s. I used to have a lot of 10s. I had the Chicago's, the Royal TXTs way back when, but I don't have any 10s in the collection. So I'm looking to pick up the Steel 10s this year, and I'm hoping that they do the toe cap on it because I genuinely and truly like the toe cap on 10. So I'm hoping that they push through with that. I'll be looking forward to pick those up. But now it's time to get into what everybody will call the best Air Jordan ever, which is the Air Jordan 11. And I have quite a bit of those. So I'm going to stop this. I'm going to get them lined up, and then we're going to rock and roll right into the 11. So let's go to that. All right, now we're into the Jordan 11. And excuse me if y'all keep seeing like my camera angle move. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm stopping it, making sure everything looks good, making sure my storage and the battery is fine. But yes, we are into the Jordan 11s now. So let's rock and roll on through these. And we are going to start off with something again from the Reimagine series. We have the Gratitude 11. I picked these up for me and the missus. What was that? Christmas 2 years ago? 2 years ago, right? Christmas 2 years ago. I still have not worn either or put them on the ground. Then once again, like I say, special treatment, special occasion only type of sneaker. I've actually never owned the Concord 11s. My brother had them, when we lived in the same house, but I never personally owned them. So yes, I remember, when these actually released, I wasn't checking for it. I went to the Nike store one day by my office, and they had them just sitting there. And I'm like, oh no, let's go. They got to go home with me. So these came to the crib. Then I have the Space Jam Jordans with a 45 on the back, of course. Was it 2016? It feel like a while ago. But I have the Space Jam Jordan. Don't quote me on that year, but I believe that this was 2016 that these came out. I have the Space Jams. I haven't done anything to these, so these are just still clean from the time. I didn't do any sole treatments on these. I haven't really cleaned them up much, but I pour these out a lot. I actually like the age look on the Space Jam. Like, I love this sneaker. Going into my next, yeah, so I actually just got these cleaned up. If you follow me on Twitter right now, Moves_the Alpha, tap in, plugging myself again. But yes, I just got these cleaned up. So I got these off of eBay for like $60, maybe like $50, $60. They were beat. And I sent them over to my boy Chris Restored. He did a sole reglue. He brightened them up for me. Like, he brought these babies back to life. They look damn near dead stock. But yes, I did get these for like $50, $60 a couple months ago. Had them cleaned up in January, and now they're finally back home. So really excited. Like I say, sometimes just doing cool things after you've been collecting for a while. It's like no need to shell out $300, $400. I really get creative when it comes to adding sneakers to my collection sometimes. I don't need necessarily every shoe to be dead stock, but I know other people have their preferences. But yes, I bought this sneaker. It was kind of beat. I just did it as like a project shoe, and it actually came out really cool. So I'm glad I did that versus spending like $400 to get a dead stock pair. Then we have a shoe that I know everybody hated, which was the Velvet Bread 11. I really picked these up because, like I said, my fiance, she has the Bread 11, like the original Bread 11, and I just have never had them in my collection. And I saw everybody like hating on them. I think it was like Grenmore or something ended up still having them around right after Christmas. So I bought these. It's actually a crazy feeling shoe. Like, I don't know what it is, but I feel like the moment that you wear this is gonna creep bad. I haven't. So yeah, I got the Velvet Bread 11s. I know a lot of people hate them. Then we have a double up too. on the Legend Blue 11. I always know these as the Columbias, but you know what I'm saying, because of the license readings or whatever. But the Legend Blue 11s, I have worn a pair of these. It's this one. I've worn this one before. We did a photo shoot a couple months ago for our engagement in these. But I have a pair that's still going to be on ice. Just like I said, y'all notice y'all going to start to see a trend. If I doubled up on the shoe, more than likely it's probably all white, because once I wear it, it's going to start getting beat, and I want to have it clean. So I have a double up on the Legend Blues. And then we move into some, sneakers just from, a little back when. So I have the 72 and 10s as well. Nothing crazy here. They're still super clean. Once again, another shoe that I got for like 40, 50 bucks, and then just had it restored to come bring it back to life. So they look pretty decent. They look pretty new there. Then we move to the anniversary. It's funny, I feel like all of these look alike. The Space Jam, the 72 10s, the anniversary, but I really love this. But I feel like these two are really when it starts to just be like, just the different hits of the sole, and like I say, that Jordan run up the side. But yeah, so I have the anniversaries as well too. I wear these quite a bit as well. And then we have something that's pretty decent. You won't see this in many men's collections just because they can't fit it. But like I said, because I am team 8.5, I can get my foot into it. But I have the Eris Jordan. I remember when they did these. So it has like that little sleek, like pebble kind of stone going through there. The 2-3 was stitched on the back. And this has a good look. Once again, shout out to Lace Lab. I did the lace swap on those from Lace Lab to kind of match the gold hits when I put them in the collection. I actually just relaced these. Once again, another Lace Lab. I'm telling y'all, Lace Lab, y'all need to like sponsor me. I'm gonna call y'all after this video. But yeah, so I did, what is this? These are the Win Like 96. Win Like 96, I believe. Once again, don't quote me on all of these. I'm doing good to just remember as I'm pulling them out. But yeah, so Win Like 96, I have these. These are worn. But I just did, my aglets was looking a little ugly and beat up on them. So I just actually got these laces in from Lace Lab and did a lace swap on those just a couple of nights ago. I think it was actually last night. I just put those in. So yeah, did a lace swap there. And then to round out the 11s, I know most people do not like these, but I have the light Orwood Jordan Low, the 11 IE. I really like these. If I could, I would get the cement pair, the bread pair, all of the IE lows. I know people don't like them, but I love this sneaker. It's like super breathable, it's comfortable. I like it. I've worn these. I probably need to clean them up. Why are these dirty? But yeah, I didn't clean these, but I need to clean them up. But yes, I have the IE Low 11, and that rounds out all of my Jordan 11s. Actually, I'm gonna go to 12 because I don't have many 12s in my collection either. So I have these pair of 12s here, and I have these, and I was about to say, this is not the Obsidians. These are actually the Indigo Blue 12s. That was just their name, the Indigo Blues. I got these cleaned up too, on like a restoration. Got these back not too long ago. But yeah, really good sneaker. I was in the market for the Flu Game 12s. I really wanted them. I wanted to put them back into my collection, and they did a restock this morning. So we're gonna see how that plays out and everything. But yes, these are the only 12s right now that I have in my collection. And we're gonna see how the Flu Game situation plays out, because I had somebody offer me 2 8.5s for my Bike Airs, my Night of Sylvesters yesterday. But it was a 2016 pair. I'm like, what am I going to do with 2 pair of 8.5 Flu Games from 2016? I didn't think like it was a good deal, so I passed on it. But yes, I'll put them into the collection eventually one day. But as of right now, as it stands, I have just these 12s here. So let's move on to 13s, 15s, 20s, and we're going to wrap up the Jordans, and then we're going to get into GOAT James. But let's go ahead and wrap this up and put these back into it. Okay, listen, I'm working up a sweat doing this. All right, bet. So now we're about to round out all of my Jordans. So I'm just going to sum it up. I don't have many Jordans between 12 and 20, but to kick it off, I have the Mellow 13. So I remember, I want to say, don't quote me on this, but I feel like when these originally came out, that Mellow's logo was here, and it wasn't red, but it's his logo. But it does have that class of 2002 inside of there. But I have these Mellow 13s, and then the only other 13s that I have, I think these are called like the Arctic Blue, Aquatic Blue, or something like that. But it has like this weird, like almost crocodile print with this nice turquoise around it. Even the hologram bubble was replaced out for the 23. So I have these as well in my collection. Then I don't have any 14s, which actually hurts me to say. So just a quick story time about like where my collecting story started. So I've been into sneakers since really I was born in '96. I actually have my baby shoes. I have my baby 8s and my baby 5s up top there. But it wasn't until like when I can really say that I started collecting myself until about the year like 2010, 2011, when the Last Shot 14s came out. It was like the Last Shot 14s and then the Concourse came out that weekend after. And it was like frenzy in the city. People were getting trampled. I believe some woman and her kid had passed away from being trampled when people were trying to get into the sneaker stores. That was when I came into the game. So like I said, that was over a decade ago. But I don't have the Last Shots in my collection anymore. I wish I did. I actually looked a couple of weeks ago and they were just selling for way too high. So Jordan Brand, if you just happen to see this, bring out the Last Shot 14s again just for me. Like just release it one more time for me so I can put them back in the collection. Don't know why I didn't, because that was the shoe that technically started it all for me. But like I said, I had had sneakers before them, but collecting with my own money, trade, and kind of really getting into the culture, I would say technically for me started 2010, 2011 on my own dime. I wouldn't count the years when I was asking my mom can she buy me sneakers. So that was that. But to get into it, this is the oldest sneaker in my collection, which is the Air Jordan 15, the Stealth. These are from the original release in 99. The production date on this says 9/7/99. So yeah, I just recently had these restored. I literally had to have the entire shoe taken apart, put back together. Once again, shout out to my boy Kicks Restored. I did not have him restore any of the paint. I wanted to keep, like the age on the paint, things like that, but I just wanted to really just get the sturdiness of the shoe put back together so I could wear it. And I think he was just talking about this shoe really a couple days on Twitter, but yes, I really like this. I love the 15. I know I'm probably like one of the 3 people in the sneaker community that actually loves the Jordan 15, but I do have these. And it's funny, moving on to the next shoe, which is probably going to be one of the next oldest in my collection, as I have the original 2005 Air Jordan 20 Stealth. And I recently just had these restored as well too, because the sole came completely off of them. Like it had been separated, so I had to get these really all the stitching and stuff taken done and the patchwork. And I'll actually, for this one, I have pictures from Kicks Restored. I'll like link them, clip around here for y'all to see this shoe got taken apart, put back together. Once again, like I said, when it came to like the age, I wanted to keep the age because I want to, you know what I'm saying? I like to show that the sneakers are worn, but I really want to be able to keep wearing them through. And I have the 2015 pair. So I have a 2005, a 2015 pair, different years. So I have both pair of 20s in the collection as well too. So that really rounds out all of the Jordans. Next, we're about to go ahead and start the GOAT of this basketball stuff, LeBron GOAT James from Akron, Ohio. You know what I'm saying? I'm an Ohio kid, so that's always gonna be my GOAT, no question about it. But we about to jump into these bronze, and I got some heat in the bronze section. So let's jump in it. I'm about to put these back into the wall. Let's get into GOAT James. So I'm going to do this really quick. Now everything else I feel like moves kind of fast here. Yes, I have majority Jordans in my collection. I mean, that's where I really started collecting at. But I really get down with bronze. I'm like one of the few people I feel like actually respect it. I know my boy G-Rock. He rocks with the bronze. He likes to tap into him. I've talked to a couple of y'all in the community that do like LeBron. My chapter, y'all don't like bronze. Y'all don't like me wearing bronze. They always think that it's like you can't dress them down. I'm like, that's because y'all can't dress. But neither here nor there. Let's go ahead and rock and roll into it. So starting us off, we got the first game, the Zoom Generation. And like I say, these are still dead stock. I haven't even peeled the flight sticker or to remove the peel off sticker. You can still see this on there. But yes, these are crazy. Once again, like you said, it had those blue hits because these were the years where the Cavs were wearing like the navy, the wine, and the gold. And it does have, of course, that first one in there. That was like the first home game, and then you're going to see as I get into this one, you have like the first games, or if it's backwards, first games in the first home game. But yes, I have these as well. Still have that flight sticker on there. I haven't worn these either. These are fire. Wait, let me. First, hey, he had heat coming out the gate. Like, Brown really had it. Like, this is a sturdy shoe. It's like a boot. I remember back in elementary school, everybody was really trying to, you know what I'm saying, step like this. Now, when it comes to my Zoom Generation, this is the only one that I have one, which is the Wolf Gray. I think that's what they call this pair, but I really like this. Once again, as you can see, the gray pair was the one I actually put on my foot. The more majority white ones I would save for like a special occasion or when I'm really going somewhere. But yes, I wear these quite a bit, and this is a comfortable sneaker. Like, it has like a sturdy bottom. Top is cool. You can wear these all day without your foot hurting. But yes, I have the Wolf Gray. And those are all the Zoom Generations that I have. The only ones that I need personally for me to round out is the purple PEs that they did. That was for like the Sacramento game that they re-released. I don't have those, but it's on my list on GOAT to pick up. But yes, I just need the purple PE pair, and I think I would be fine unless I found like some St. Vincent, St. Mary ones or something for the low. So moving into the LeBron 2s, I have the Maccabis here. So I actually wore the Maccabis in the picture that's in my header on Twitter. So in that video where I'm sitting there with the chapter, I actually had on the Maccabis that day. So I have worn these. I think this is a really nice shoe. I like the Jordan 2. I don't wear it with the strap. I know some people might try to, but I tend to find that this strap, like as it flips, is a little uncomfortable. But I do have the Maccabis, and I also have the pair of the USA 2s. I haven't worn this one, but like I say, I really like LeBron's. I like the LeBron 2. I think he has really good, comfortable sneakers, especially like if you have like a wider foot. Like you can step in these all day and your foot not be hurting. So I have the LeBron 2 in the USA colorway. And then moving in, which is almost very similar, but it's not a USA, I have the LeBron barbershops. And this is really cool. What I like about LeBron shoes is just like always the little details. It's like, boom, you got the logo back there, the L23. You got the king in there. You got, the kids' initials, BBZ on that side right there. Like there's just so much detail in his sneakers. And I really like these. I've worn these before too. I have pictures, I think, on my Instagram where I was in these sneakers. But yes, I really like the LeBron 3. I wear mine like loose lace, but this is another solid sneaker. Moving out of the LeBron 3s, because this is the only one that I have, let's jump into the LeBron 4s. This is where I get excited. So these are recent additions. So these are all from the re-release, the retros of it. But I have the LeBron 4s graffiti. I don't even need to speak too much about these. Like when I talk about heat, this is heat, man. I'm talking about all LeBron 4s. When they came out, they were too expensive. So if you had these at school, your parents had cheddar. You know what I'm saying? Like your mom and dad was doing something. They was getting to it. If you was putting on the LeBron 4s when I was back in like elementary school, middle school. I wouldn't say that around this time, this is probably like getting close to middle school for me. But yes, if you had these on your feet, you know what I'm saying? The LeBron 4 in general, you had cheddar. Next one I'm going to show is the PE that when it finally came back out and was announced, I went crazy for this shoe, y'all. Like y'all don't know how crazy I went when these said that when they announced that these were going to be coming back. Like I remember that day being at work, like yo, whatever I do, I have to get in for the rap for the hit for these. Just to kind of find out that people was disrespecting this, like this wasn't a sought after $1,000 plus player exclusive that Brown wore. And I'm really just grateful that Nike, you know what I'm saying, let us have it. You know what I'm saying? They got the touches of the Fruity Pebbles on the inside, 2-3 on the bottom. Man, like that foam posit upper, like sturdy, good sneakers, man. You never had to worry about or even have to worry about the quality on LeBron shoes. Like this is a good sneaker. And even if you don't want to, casually wear it, you can't wear it to like the club. We wearing sweats majority of the days anyway. These always look good in sweat shorts, sweat pants, and stuff like that. Like, bro, these are crazy. And then to round it out, I actually got these for Valentine's Day from Mrs. She got me the anthracite LeBron 4s to finish out my 4 collection of the one that I needed from the retro release. So I have the anthracite ones. It's getting real, yeah, you know what I'm saying? It's getting real spooky. You catch somebody putting these on for real though. But yes, I have the LeBron 4 and anthracite, just a really good all black sneaker. That's not black forces. That's really that criminal activity. But this is just like, you know what I'm saying? Might give you 40 on a humble night in these LeBron 4s. So that's my LeBrons 1 through 4. And now we're going to jump into my 8s and 9s and beyond from there. So let me put these back in the wall. We're about to jump into the LeBron 8s through 9. Boom. So we got the 8s and the 9s pulled down. And then we'll get into like the later versions of LeBron in the next clip. But starting out, we know Bron did, the second Space Jam movie. Whether you like the first one or the second one better, doesn't matter. But there were so many sneakers that came along with that movie. So I have here the LeBron 8. This is another Space Jam into the Cyberverse, I believe is what the movie was called. But yes, these are based off of that movie right here. So I have these LeBron James and right there on the tongue. Let me flip this out. You can see it has that there, and then it also has like on the inside right there, it has like the Warner Brothers sticker, and on the back, designed and engineered to the exact specifications of Mr. LeBron James, and it has like an 828 on there. I really don't know what the numbers is for. I didn't think these were limited, but you can even see like his character. This kind of has like that little funny material, but you can see LeBron James kind of running through there. So yes, I have those. And then another grail of mine, the LeBron 8, the South Beaches. I want the LeBron 9 South Beaches. I still haven't pulled the trigger on them, but you know what I'm saying? Hey, go ahead and rock out with the 8. So I have these. I have the black lace swap still up there too still. But I'm telling you, I've worn these before. You don't get much better than that turquoise and that pink, man. I'm telling you, this is probably one of the craziest colorways that Nike did. I remember the era of like the South Beach when they first started doing it. This was probably one of the best things that came out of LeBron going to Miami, besides the 2 championships and him being able to talk crazy to people. But yeah, I have the LeBron South Beach here. And then moving over to the 9s, I actually don't even know what the name of these is. I feel like these was called like the Miami Nights or something like that. But I have these LeBron 9s. I have not worn these ones. But yeah, they're like kind of crazy on the inside as well, as you can see there. They're like those nice blue, green, and pink kits. I actually got these from Go for like dirt cheap. I wouldn't say dirt cheap, but they were like under $100 when I picked them up. But you know what I'm saying? If y'all gonna let 9 sit, I'm gonna keep scooping them up. And then when LeBron retires and then his shoes automatically start spiking and, you know what I'm saying, going crazy, I'm gonna say I was there when. I have these sunset ones. They have like this little fur. I know most people don't really be caring about that. It's either like you really love or you hate when they put like the fur on there. So I have these as well too. This is more like a Lakers colorway, as you can see, like with those sunset beaches. I'm not a Lakers fan. I'm just a LeBron fan. So wherever he goes, I'm gonna be right along. So since he's with the Lakers, I'm a rock and roll. But this is more from when he was there. I don't think this was a colorway that came out before he was with the Lakers. So I think that happened when he was there. Now we get into some more, retro colorways. I have the LeBron 9 Low and the reverse Liverpool. I had the Liverpools in this exact same, in this 9 Low when I was in high school. So I had the original Liverpools. You see it has that Liverpool Football Club, which LeBron James is a part owner in. And then I have the LeBron Palmers. Can't go wrong with a LeBron Palmer. But yes, you can even see on the inside the sneaker does have like the iced tea. Let me flip it. Show y'all inside of there. So yes, I have the both pair of the reverse Liverpool. You can see on the back there it has the LFC Liverpool Football Club, and it's just gold on the back of these. But yes, I have these two. I haven't worn either of them, but hey, they in the collection. We got them though. All right, so I'm about to throw these back in there, and then we're gonna go LeBron 12 through 22. Yeah, we'll go 12 through 22. We're gonna wrap out LeBrons, then we're gonna jump into Kobe's. But we put these back and we're gonna keep it rocking and rolling. Whew! Okay, here we go. We rounding out the LeBrons now. So kicking it off, I have a pair of LeBron 12. I want to say this is LeBron 12, the Christmas colorway. Wait, let me check. Let me not lie to y'all. Let me check and make sure it's LeBron 12. No, it's not. It's not. See, I caught myself. It's a LeBron 13. See, I ain't gonna lie to y'all. Real players mess up too. So this is LeBron 13 in the Christmas colorway. These have some separation. They're gonna need to be put back together. But yeah, so I have the LeBron 13. Excuse my French, my language. And the Christmas colorway. Then I kind of, like I said, I'm admit it. I don't like a lot of the pairs that came in between. But when Bron came out with these, when he dropped these, once again, from the Space Jam movie, the first time I saw these, I'm like, yo, there's no way that sneaker does not make it to my collection. This is the LeBron 19 in the Toon Squad colorway. So once again, like I said, this is from the Space Jam movie when they started to roll it out. So as you can see, it's like more of like that Disney, the Bugs Bunny. Is Disney Bugs Bunny? Warner Brothers, that's what it is, not Disney. Mark my French again. Sorry about it. But yeah, so Warner Brothers, you'll see like the Bugs Bunny type of logo thing right there. But yes, this is like a crazy colorway, Superman colors. But he had these on when he was in the movie and when he did a press run. But this is called the Toon Squad colorway, the LeBron 19. Bro, I'm telling you, these shoes be sturdy. I have worn these before, and as I saw them have been put on. And then we jump from the 19. I have the LeBron 20 debut, which I think, man, you got me these, you got me these as well too. I got these from my woman. She liked me a lot, so she got me these LeBron 20s. This is from the debut collection. These are super fire, and I've actually worn these a lot, and they're still clean. I'm happy about that. I try not to put them on the ground too much, but I know that sneakers like this would be worth something when it's all said and done. I don't think we appreciate LeBron or his sneakers as much because we just think he's going to play for forever. But I have these and I have worn them. And then that jumps me up into the LeBron 21. I have two pair of these. One of these is the Tahitians, and then one of these is something crazy. I want to say that this is Tahitian, and I can't remember what this is, but this material on this is nuts. If you can get into that, the camera can pick it up. These are crazy. And then this also like just has like that kind of loose, like kind of suede type of material. I've worn these. I haven't worn these at all. It's kind of green, and I got these both when they were on sale. I think like on Soul Link. I had dropped the links on, so I picked them both up. But I have worn these. I haven't gotten to these ones. But one of my most favorite sneakers of the LeBron that I have in my collection is what I just picked up more recently here, which is LeBron 22 and the Monopoly with the colorway. So the with the Monopoly. This was the collaboration. As y'all know, that there was 3 of them. There was the token, the currency, and then it was the with the. I only have these, and as you can see, it has like little dice inside of there. On the other shoe, it has like the Monopoly sign inside of there. But this is just crazy. I love crazy colorways, crazy sneakers like this. That's why I picked it up. I saw that the currencies just went on sale for like $100 the other day. I'm hoping that they stay on sale. Then I hope that they drop the tokens to be on sale as well too, so I can complete the collection. But yes, right now out of the Monopoly LeBron collection, I only have this 22 LeBron with the Monopoly, which is just like crazy, man. The hits on this is just nuts. I know people probably be like, bro, that shoe is horrendous, it's terrible, but I like stuff like this. So that does round out my LeBron collection. We can go ahead and jump into my Kobe collection, which I think I'll be able to do in one clip, KDs in one clip, and then we'll start to move into some other, different like SBs and stuff like that after that. But I'm gonna put these back. Let's go talk to Kobe Bryant. Let's talk to him, see what he's talking about, and then I'll be right back. Whew. All right, I had to drink some water, y'all. It's been 2 hours now. I've been talking to y'all, so I'm just kind of giving y'all like a start to stop point. It's almost been 2 hours, and we just now getting into the Kobe's. But hey, we're gonna get through it, and it's gonna be a good time stamp for me to come back and revisit, maybe a year from now, maybe the end of this year. But let's rock and roll into these Kobe. So starting off, shout out to my brother Scruggs. He actually let me pick these up a couple of weeks ago. He sent me these in like a care package, and I got some stuff from him. But these are the Kobe 2006, the All-Stars. I know a lot of people don't keep these, so like literally still has the vintage Foot Locker sticker inside of there. Still a very clean sneaker, doesn't need any work done to it, from 2006. So very grateful to have this in my collection. I will be wearing this sneaker really soon to put that glue to the test to make sure that it's still solid. But yeah, so the Kobe 2006 from All-Star. Then we move on to something that I picked up more recently here. I'm pretty sure a lot of y'all have this. This is a really light shoe. I just do that, but I can take this thing like 70 yards. But yeah, so the Kobe 5 Plum. I don't know why when I first saw this sneaker, I thought people were like gonna jump on this. Like, oh my God, it has like a gold snake going through it, but I guess people didn't like that. I know that the red pair releasing like China only, and I really wanted those, but walked into Social Status. They had these probably like maybe like 2-3 months ago. It was probably like actually last year, not too long ago. I walked in, they still had my size, so I got them. I picked those up, and then a crazy February, I actually picked these up. I put a raffle in. I wasn't expecting to win this Kobe 6 All-Star, the 2.0s, but I hit on these, so I went ahead and picked these up. Like I said, shout out to Foot Locker, I guess, for me never winning a raffle. So I just put in all of them and just assuming I'm going to lose, and I won. So I got these Kobe 6 All-Star 2.0s. I haven't worn them. Haven't worn the 5s either. And then I want to say we move on to the Kobe, the Venice Beaches. I hit on these when they did the Kobe Bryant Day, like the year that they did the Italian camo, these and the Philadelphia ones. I actually put in for all 3. Hit for these. I actually have worn these. I wore these last year when we were out of town. So I've worn these. They were not the most comfortable to walk around in, but it's probably because I didn't wear them more than one time. But I have these in the collection. They look pretty good still. I know that this is probably gonna get like super yellow eventually in the future. It's gonna like get like a weird color, but I have them. And then the last Kobe that I'm going to show y'all is a Kobe 9. I think it was like a TXT, XTX or something like that, but it was an elite Kobe, and it's like got like the snake skin running through it. It's not similar to the ones that we have been seeing drop lately, but these do need like a sole reglue because they're like starting to separate a little bit. This shoe did come back out in 2014, so yeah, it's got some age on it. It's a little old, so it probably does need just a little bit of tender loving care. I can still get that separation. I don't know if y'all can see it there, but yeah, it's definitely separating and it needs some love to it. But I have these in the collection as well too. It's probably the reason why I haven't picked up any of the elites, because I have them, and it's just really still kind of hard to wear this shoe because of kind of the style of it. It's super high. It's like a boxing boot, to be quite honest. But I do have these, and that is all the Kobe's I have. I don't really wear Kobe's too much. I am going for the Kobe 8 next month. That's like one of the only shoes in April that I'm looking forward to picking up. So that's my entire Kobe collection, and that's we're about to move into Kevin Durant. KD, you're up. All right, next up we have Mr. Easy Money Sniper himself. I don't have many KDs in my collection. Like I said, I'm a fan of Kevin Durant, but just like his sneakers sometimes, I'm not really a fan of the later models that he's been doing, but as you can see, everything that I have is going to be pretty much from the same model. So starting off, I have the KD3, the Christmas, and one of my favorite things is this shoe is bright. I love bright shoes. As you can tell, I have quite a bit of them, you know, even for some models, but I really like the KD3.5, like the way that stands out on the back. It looks like a video game controller, you know, kind of like the little itty bitty red hits that kind of go through there, but this is a really good sneaker. It reminds me of also like the Kobe design lingo from back then. Like if you look at like the Kobe 5 and stuff like that, this very much is similar to that, so maybe that's why I like it as well. Moving on next, yeah, talk about a heavy hitter, the KD4 in the Galaxy colorway, a sneaker that I could not get in high school. So when it re-released last year, I think that was last year, I made sure I was all over this. I was not leaving Foot Locker without this shoe. So I have the KD4 in the Galaxy colorway. Also picked up the KD4 in the Nerf and the Christmas colorways as well. I remember when these came out and they had like a crazy package and that came with the Nerf ball, the basketball, and everything. But I picked these up. I picked these up at the same time. I think these were like $79. These were like $80. So that's both $80. It was like $70 and these were $80. So I picked them both up. And it's funny just to think, like, in a difference of a year, they went from KD3 Christmas to KD4 Christmas. It's like night and day when it comes to like sneakers and what they look like. But this does look like an ornament. So I have both of these in the collection, and those are all of my KDs. I can literally hold them in one hand, you know. So this is my Kevin Durant collection. I don't have many of them, as you can see. There's some 3s and 4s, and I like it that way. I had the KD5 Christmas. That's another crazy story about like just if you was outside when the way sneakers was. When the KD5 Christmas came out, we did have a crazy snowstorm that hit Columbus, Ohio that year, and I had to have my mom drive me because I don't know why I wasn't driving. I didn't have a car at the time, but she had to get up and drive through the craziest snowstorm down to Soul Classics, take me down to North High Street just to literally have me pick up the KD5 Christmas. We drove like 10 miles per hour for like 40 minutes to go down there and get that sneaker and come back home, just because I'm like, yo, Candy, you kind of got to look out for me. I need you to take me to get this sneaker. So if I can find the KD5 Christmas, I would definitely put that back in my collection. I need like a size 8.5 or 9, but not like something that I must have. It would just be nice to have just because of the story to it. But yes, that's my KD collection. 1 pair of 3s, 3 pair of 4s, and I'll be rocking and rolling. So next we're about to go to Mr. Penny Hardaway. You're up. Whew. Okay, now we're into the pennies. As I was just pulling them out, I was surprised. I actually have more pennies than I do Kevin Durant, and they're not all foam posits, so I'm gonna just go ahead and say that as well too. So I'm gonna go ahead and get rocking and rolling. Some of these are still dated, so I have the Dirty Coppers here, and this is produced. What is the year on this? Literally 999. So yes, bro, these are from 2010, I believe. Dirty Coppers when they would have came out. So I have a pair of Dirty Coppers. Still never had to do a sole swap or anything on these. Have these, like I say, man, 15 years later, man, foam posits be holding up. It's like a boot. But yes, these are good. I actually just wore these not too long ago to the Black History Month Cousins event. So I wore these fairly recently. Here we have the 2011 Pewters. Nike needs to re-release this. I don't know what is holding them up about re-releasing this. I won't buy it if they re-release it because, like I say, I have the ones from 2011 and they are clean. Like my pair is still clean. You don't even have like the scuffs or anything. I did a deep clean on them the other day. I put them on Twitter. Y'all probably saw it, but these Pewters really clean. So I have a pair of Pewters there. Then next I had something more recent, but this is my anthracite. I want to say these was from this was the 2020 release at Anthracite, 2020 or 2021. So I have those. Really comfortable. Like I said, I love this. Like I said, it's another all black shoe that I can get with. I don't really tend to do all black, but like when it comes to this, ironically, the LeBron 4 Anthracite that I have, foam posit material, something about like when you do like that foam material on all black, it just kind of works. So even for me, I'll have the Anthracite 4s. Next we have Creative. I couldn't get the Galaxies, but I say this is like my poor man Galaxies, but no, realistically, it's just my DB, my DB foam posits. From what year was this? This was 2022, 2023, one of those. For the Dornbecker project, the foam posit. So I have those, and I feel like this was just crazy. If you remember, like on the inside, go back to my Twitter. Not too long ago, I just posted up that same basketball that's on the pull tabs are on the insole. This is just a really cool, crazy sneaker. Like I said, it has like that Galaxy printer. It's not the Galaxy, but I couldn't hit on them. I don't want to pay the resale for them, so this is as close to Galaxy as going to get for me. And then I have something crazy bright. I have the Volt foam posits. This is literally a shoe. You're not gonna wear nothing but literally all gray or all black with this. But I have these bolts. It's been I think I have worn these once, but I have these in the collection as well too. Then moving over to non-foam pilots, I have University Red penny ones. Shout out to my brother Scruggs again for these. These was 2014, I believe. 2014. I remember high school. This is my graduating year when pennies were really like hitting the streets again. But this is super clean. I have them. I like the age look on it. I'm not going to even do like a so bright on it. I'm just going to keep it like with that age kind of yellow on the bottom. This is a good should remind me, just back when. This also, I really wish if I had a Dornbecker, this was Dornbecker, however you want to say it. I wish that I had these, the penny ones and the Dornbecker, because those was carved with the San Francisco on it, but I don't. So this is what I have, and it's what I'm going to like. Next, to round out the pennies, I have two pair of penny twos. It's from the Social Status Playground collection. So I have both of these, and I really like this sneaker just because it was just different. I really like what they did, like what kind of like pink hits on there, and it's like you said, you had the shoe. I was about to say like the shoe that came on it. It was just another copy of the sneaker, but they did so much great detail into this. Even the box that looked like the action figure, but I have both pairs of them from there. I thought they did another collaboration too within that year, but I didn't pick it up. But I definitely did pick up these penny twos. I really like these. I haven't worn either of them because I haven't found an occasion where I would wear them too, but I plan on it. I don't know. Maybe someday I will. But yes, I have both of them from the Playground collection. I feel like it was called Playground and Recess. Playground and Recess, or Recess and Playground. One of those two, but it was a collab with Social Status, and I really enjoyed them. So got them both. And there we go. I think that's all my pennies. And next we're going to go into like Nike football. Deion Sanders from Victor Cruz is going to move to Nike tennis and Nike SB. But let's keep it rocking and rolling. Nike football, you're up. Whew. Listen, all right. If you're still sticking there with me, I appreciate it. But now we about to go into Nike football, Nike tennis, Nike skateboarding, and we'll finish out Nike, and we're going to get into, like I say, some Adidas and some other stuff. But let's go ahead and just jump right into it here. So we got the Diamond Turf 96s, the Deion Sanders. I remember it was like last January when they announced when they did like the shock drop and these sold out so quick, and everybody like, dang, like Nike ain't playing fair with these. But I had to copy these. Was really big in my high school, at Eastmore. Everybody had these. Everybody had the Diamond Turf 2s. So that was very popular. And then more recently here we had the original OG Diamond Turf as well too that just came back out. And this is not the 49er colorway. I don't know who told y'all that. He wore these in Atlanta. These are the Atlanta Falcons Diamond Turf. He did not wear these in San Francisco. But the Atlanta Diamond Turf just came out. I picked these up. This was another pickup that was selling out like crazy. I don't know if they've ever even came back in stock. They did like 4 or 5 restocks. Haven't seen this shoe come back too many times, so it was as limited as people were making it. And of course, I got my hands on some, so I'm forever grateful. And then when it comes to Nike football, I have something a little bit more unorthodox, a little dirty here, but I don't know if y'all remember when Victor Cruz was with Nike and he had his own sneaker. It looks like, it's very much similar to like a Bo Jackson if you ask me, but when Victor Cruz had his, I have this trainer as well. I think this is called like the light bone or the bone colorway. It's pretty cool. Had like the writing in there on the Velcro. I don't know if it picks that up. What does it even say? Dance to greatness. Yeah, y'all know he used to hit that little, he used to hit some little dance moves in the end zone, but he's still pretty fresh. I got the blue is still intact in there, like the Nike writing. But yes, I have these Victor Cruzes. Moving on over to Nike tennis, I want to say I call these the Agassis, Andre Agassi. When I know him for wearing these or whatever, but very similar to another trainer from back in the day. I got these in 2 colorways. I like these the most because I wore these when Ohio State was just coming back to, finally give us that championship. I wore these during that time, but I really just like how they did like the detailing, like the Nike Air where it was flipped, even on the Nike check sign. But got these 2 pair of Agassis. That's what I call them. You might call them something else, but Andre joints. Moving into the Nike SB, I have the waffles. So I actually had the high top waffles that came in a special box. I miss when Nike wouldn't just like put sneakers out and then just kind of not run with the store anymore. But when I was in college or high school, I had the high top Nike waffle in the SB box that came with the special box, came with the paper and everything. But I picked these up because they were pretty cheap, I think, when I was at the Nike store one day. But I have these, and I also do want the strawberry waffles. It's not like a must-have if I haven't picked it up, but I have the waffles, and this is not the Wu-Tang, which, I mean, it looks very similar. It just doesn't have the logo back there, and the materials are different. But as I can see, I don't mind satin shoes. I know people always say like it creases up crazy, but these haven't. So I have the satin, and it's yellow and black. I don't even think these had a name to them, but I had the satin pair of them. Looks like the Wu-Tang. Call it a poor man Wu-Tang in my collection. And then to finish it off, I had the City of Style. Now these are crazy. I know that a lot of people did like the removal of the uppers to show that red under there, but I'm gonna tell y'all, when I have sneakers that have something under it, really like it would take a lot out of me to put a Dremel on a shoe that I have not wore to like take that top layer off or even to cut it. So I haven't. I've seen people do like crazy colorways on there and like, you know, do the panels different where they show some red there, show some red there, but I'm not cutting mine up. If I would have got two pair, which I did not, maybe I would have did it to one of them, but no, I'm going to leave mine like this until if they leave the collection and somebody else does it. But for the most part, this is the, you know, Nike SB Dunk, the City of Style, I believe is what they were called. And I have not worn these. They're super comfortable though. This might be like the sturdiest dunk that I've ever felt. But yes, I have these as well too. And let's see, what we got next? Where we going next? We're about to go to some collabs, some Air Maxes. Then we'll finally be into Reebok. So yes, we're gonna do that. Let's get these out, get them placed, and try to keep moving. Here we go. We live. So finishing out Nike, we're gonna do collabs, different Air Maxes, and then we're into Reebok. So kicking it off for the first collaboration, I consider this a collaboration. These are the Noctis. This is, I mean, it's a bright shoe. I actually wore it for the first time the other day. I told you I was making it a mission in 2025 to wear my shoes more. So I put on these Noctis. Of course, we know that this is, you know, Drake's line with Nike. Drake, yeah. So we have these. I recently just pulled these out. I've worn these as well. So this is, I consider this a collaboration, even though she's a Nike athlete. These are the up-tempos, the Nike Air tempos from Serena Williams design crew. So they have a little bit different touches, like a jean, I would say, point with that nice green and purple on there. So I have these as well. Have like a nice crackle look on the Nike sign back there. I don't know if y'all can see it, but really well built shoe. I like the colors. I like the design on there. It's a little bit different for up tempos. The only ones that I have in my collection. And then continuing it off with the Serena Williams design crew, I have the Air Max 1. So I think y'all saw these on my Twitter for when we were in the March Madness, and one of the sneakers that I showed off, which was these the Serena Williams design crew Air Max 1s. And then the Premium Berry, which is another one of my favorites. I've had this in my collection for a really long time. As you can see, it has like some wear on the back there. It's kind of dirty, but these I think are called the Premium Berries. I showed these off on my Twitter too for March Madness. Really like this sneaker. I feel like I got these from Kyle. Shout out to my boy Kyle Oglesby. He let me get these way back when I was at Kent State. So I've had these for a really long time. It's funny how like the certain shoes you remember. But yeah, I got these from Kyle. And then here we have literally the most recent sneaker coming to my collection. You probably saw these within the last couple of days, but this is the Nike and Supreme collab on the black Air Max 1. A little bit different though. It does have like snake skin going through there. I did the lace swap out for the hype laces, you know, hype beast status. Then it has the world famous on the back with the little Supreme hits on the tongue. So this is, I mean, literally just a Nike Air Max 1 Supreme collab. I like it because it wasn't too crazy. Like it wasn't doing too much, but it was just enough to let you know that it was Supreme. So I picked those up, and now we are moving over to the Nike, what is this, 270, 720? No, 720. Yeah, I don't have any 270. But yeah, so I have the undercover pair in my collection. I wear these a lot. I've actually had these for a really long time as well too. As you can see from like the stuffs on the back. I like to wear Air Maxes because it's comfortable. That's what it's meant for. But yes, I have these from the undercover collaboration as well. Then followed it up with a few pair, like I say, triple black. You don't see it much in the collection, but when you do, it's usually for like, you know, something simple, something classic, something sweet. So I have two pair of these as well. Following that up into the 2090. So when these first released, I'm like, oh, that's a crazy sneaker. I thought it was going to be way more hype. I thought Nike would have did this model way better a couple years back, but I did get the original one because this was the first when they released the 2090. So I have these and I picked these up. I don't wear these much in my collection, but you know, I have them, and it's a good shoe to just look at sometimes to remember how crazy I thought the sneaker was going to be. Now we get into my favorites. I'm just going to pick all of them up because there's not much to say about them all. But when we go into the Vapor Max, I remember when this was like, yo, you had that bread too if you was up in the Vapor Max, because these were expensive at one point in time. And I remember I got these probably some years back, but all of these are still like a good go-to. I love all my Vapor Maxes. I'll still pull them out. I'm sorry, this white pair, man. It's like dingy. Like, and I don't know if the camera picks it up, but it's like yellow to me, and I don't want to get rid of it because I like the shoe, but I don't really know how to like clean that up. It's like super yellow to me. Probably won't be able to see it on camera, but I hate that. But it is what it is. So I don't buy all white shoes. And then finishing out, I think these are, I don't even remember what these are called. It's like an N3 354 or whatever it is, but I actually wore these on a vacation once. They were really comfortable. And then I have like this fly knit, you know, collaboration, like fusion between the Air Max, and these are super clean. I remember when like fly knits were everything, and everybody had like this, had like that, what did you call it? I don't know, like a rainbow fly knit there. I haven't worn these, but I have them both in the collection. I've worn these, but I haven't worn these. So yeah, man, that's really all of the Air Maxes, and now we can put these back. Let's get out of the Nike, let's get out of the Jordan brand. We're finally gonna jump into Reebok with the GOAT of the culture. Notice I said the culture, Mr. Allen Iverson. So I'm gonna throw these back, we're gonna pull out the questions. Okay, we back to the answer. And really, when it comes to Reebok, it's pretty simple, standard. I have just a couple pair of Reebok questions. So kicking it off here, I have this Michigan State colorway. Really cool, really clean, pretty simple, straightforward when it comes down to the questions. Really bulky sneaker. I got these some years back. They're kind of dingy now. I've worn these a lot, but I have the OG version of the Reebok question. I probably need to find what the pair of these. I don't know why. I hate when sneakers get like dingy on the inside, like where the stock line and everything is, but I have these Reebok questions, the original ones. I have this Laker colorway that I've never worn. I really like these a lot. As you can see, they still got the tag floating on them, but I have this Reebok question in the Laker colorway. And then the funniest pair that I actually have this Candyland collaboration with Reebok that they did. So on this one, you can see it has like the start piece on the inside. I don't know if the camera will pick it up. It has like a crazy inside when you look inside the sneaker. The bottoms were nuts, like a Candyland board. But the craziest thing, if you know this sneaker, was the box. The box was sending shots at people. I had a pair of Cherry 12s in the mud. On like the Cherry 12s was in the mud, like being sunken in. It had like Allen Iverson. It came with like even a little itty bitty Allen Iverson piece. Here, let me show you. Like this came with this little Candyland Allen Iverson piece that even had braids. But like these are crazy. I was super excited to pick these up. I got them when I was at the outlet one time. But yeah, this is just a really cool piece, and I like the detail that Reebok did when it came to this Reebok question specifically. I actually have worn these. It's a crazy shoe, but I put these on before. But yes, I really like these, and that's really it when it comes to Reebok. I don't wear many Reeboks. Like I said, I like Allen Iverson. That's the GOAT when it comes to this culture stuff of the NBA. But that's all I have when it comes to Iverson. And then we're going right into Adidas now. We're gonna go into Adidas, and I'm gonna show y'all what I got rocking and rolling. All right, so kicking off Adidas, I'm just gonna go ahead and knock out my Yeezy collection. All right, but I'm gonna just rock and roll into it. So to start off, I have these Yeezy knit runners. It's like this dark gray kind of material. I don't know. I feel like I've worn these one time. They weren't the most comfortable, but I think I tried to do it with no sock. I think I'll probably need to wear a sock when I wear these, but this is a weirdly shaped shoe. I liked it. I was just gonna try it out, but yes, I have this Yeezy knit runner, like this gray color. Then I move into the 380s. So the Yeezy 380s, I think these are called like the Yekorite reflective. I have these, and then I have the Pyrites. I think that's what this colorway was called. So 2 380s that I own. And then when I get into this color, the 450s, I haven't worn any of these. They're shaped like flowers, as my fiance like to say, like they're shaped like flowers. So I've actually never worn these. I got us matching pairs of these, but neither of us have ever worn them. So I need to make that my mission. I've actually started buying more Adidas clothing, so then I can probably throw these on with something. So I have these 450s. Then going into the 350, I have these reflective 350s, 350 B2. One or the two. I'm not that big into really Yeezys. I just picked these up as they started to finally go on sale. So even like the Yeezys that I wanted, I can never get. Like the 750, I had the original ones when they released back in college, but I ended up getting like a size 11 and flipped it. That's when I thought I was going to be like kind of reselling a little bit, but that was short-lived. But yes, the 350 and the 350 B2, I think these are like called like the core somethings, and these are the reflectives. Then I have this Quantum, the basketball joints that he was going to wear. They were worn these once. Yeah, I definitely worn these once. I got some scrapes up on these, but this is the Yeezy Quantum, the basketball joints. It's a different shoe. Like once you get it on, but it feels kind of different, but it's not bad. But like I say, I just have these Yeezy Quantums. Then finishing out, I haven't worn these, but these are the 700s, and I think it's the 700 B3. I have worn these. I actually like this shoe a lot. This is comfortable. I rock with these, and I haven't, as you can see, I haven't put these on foot just yet. But I saw somebody at the gym with these on. I don't know if I would wear this to the gym, but I literally saw somebody on with these at the gym this morning. But this is my Yeezy collection. It wasn't until I just pulled them out that I realized I had this many pair. But yeah, so these are my Yeezys. Got to throw these back in there, and then we'll continue on with Adidas and see what else I got in my Adidas side. So let's tap into that. All right. Here we go. So we're gonna keep it rocking and rolling into the Adidas. Here I have collaborations, what I would consider, but one of these are like a partner, you would say, with Adidas. But if you remember, or if you've been around for a little minute since I came back to like social media, this is my Alexander Wang. I forget what they call these, but this is the ugliest shoe in my collection. I will hands down say that I know. But I really love this. This is probably one of the most comfortable sneakers ever. It's called like a puff trainer by Alexander Wang. But it has this really nice bag that came with it. Let me show you real quick. I know I haven't been doing all the accessories, but that's because, like, y'all, I have a lot of sneakers and it's hard to get to every accessory that comes with all of them. But this is nice. It came with this bag. This is the trainer here, and it has like a lace system where you can do it from the back. But that's crazy. But yes, you can see these on my channel as one of the ugliest sneakers in my collection. If you got on like my first video, ugliest sneaker, oldest sneaker, or something like that. But I have those. Then moving on, do y'all remember when NMDs was like the biggest thing, and like Pharrell was doing all of these? So I still have like one pair in my collection. I actually wore these to the movie theater, I feel like, when we just went to the movie like not too many months ago. But I pulled these back out. It's just funny. I remember like these used to go crazy in the streets, but I still have one pair. And that's it for like, you know, collaborations with people. These next sneakers are going to be the Fear of God Athletic One. So technically, like I said, I know that Fear of God's like work with Adidas, but I still consider it a collaboration. So I have these carbon and the steel Fear of God ones. Really like this model a lot. So I picked up these ones. I also picked up the sesame colorway as well. It's like a sesame on sesame white, but it's not really like all white because there's like different colors throughout of it. But I also had this Miami Hurricanes one. So when they did the college pack, I tried to get the Indiana pair. They sold out super fast. So that was the one that had the red toe box. But I ended up being able to hit for the Miami one, and that's what started really my love for the Adidas Fear of God 1. I didn't get the Fear of God 2. I don't know how I feel about the model. I saw a couple of y'all had them on, and I don't know if it's just my cup of tea, but I really like the Fear of God 1. And if you don't know, these can now be purchased on Amazon for like 70, 80 bucks. I don't know why they dropped in price, but they used to resell for like $250. Some of them actually still do on GOAT. I'm not a reseller, so I don't care about that. But if you are, hey, I'm trying to let you in. $70 on Amazon, $200 on GOAT. But yes, I have these pair, and I picked them up not too long ago. And I think there's like one more from Amazon that I want to pick up in a colorway that I don't have. I think it's like the triple black. But yeah, so I have all three of these. So let me put the third one. I have all three of these from the Fear of God Athletic One collaboration, or I should say. Yes, and then next we're about to get into Adidas basketball. So shout out to my boy Anthony Edwards, Mr. Sneaker of the Year last year. So let's jump in and see what I got right there. All right, y'all, we really making it through this. Like, we really pushing through, and I appreciate y'all if y'all still watching, or if you really just cared enough to see my collection. Like I said, I know y'all see me talk about shoes all day, every day on Twitter. Like, it's like the only thing I talk about. But we're getting to the end here. We're really close. I promise. We got like one line left. But to finish out, so the only two AEs I have, I want the Stormtroopers. I want the high or the low. I just feel like the way that Nike and Jordan is like literally like they monopolized the beginning of the quarter. January, February, March, Jordan and Nike have them locked. I haven't bought really any other brands besides that, but I do have a high and a low of the Anthony Edwards, the sneaker of the year last year. Oops, sorry. But yes, I really wear this one more. I think I wore this one once. I try to pull it out. I like the low. It seems more practical, like for casual wear than the high top. I like the high top. And like I said, I did put the green lace swap in there just to, you know, kind of give that green some pop. But I like the low better than I like the high. But I do have those too. And then finishing out my Adidas, I just have like some random Adidas. I think I got like these. I don't even think this is NMD. It has like NMD language, or oh, it is the NMD V3. It still has a tag on the thing, but I can read that. But yes, I have this NMD, the V3 here. And then I don't remember if y'all remember like these or whatever when these first came out. Like it's to look right when the iPhone Q, when Kanye left and they were like going to steal his design language. I think I found these at like Ross or something for like 20-30 bucks. So I just picked them up. I've never worn them. It's a pretty ugly shoe. I don't know how I ever wear it, but I think at like 19 bucks. I'm like, oh, why not? So that's why I picked this shoe up. And then the final one, these always go on sale for like $18. It's not a Stan Smith, but it looks very similar. I think it's called like an Adi Cloud, something. But I bought these for like 18 bucks. I need to find some new laces for them because I took them out for another shoe. I don't know why I did it, but I did. But I even saw that the other day. These are still selling for 18 bucks. So that's why I bought them. It was just a cheap shoe, cheap white shoe. And like I said, couldn't go wrong with it. It's not a Stan Smith, but looks very similar. Really clean shoe. But that's all the Adidas. I think that's even all the honorable mentions for Adidas. We're gonna get into some Chuck Taylors, some other miscellaneous brands like New Balance, ASIC. I'm gonna put them all together, and then we'll round out with like a closing one, what y'all think of this collection. But let's put these back and let's finish this out strong. All right, so boom, we down to the Chuck Taylor. So let me show y'all my Chuck Taylor game. I don't wear them much, but all of them, as you can see, are pretty much fairly the same. They're all CDG, Comme des Garçons. So I have this pair right here. I feel like I've worn this like once, maybe once. Yes, I put these on once. I have like this cream pair with the red sole. Same with this black pair. I haven't worn these ones, but you know, I put them on. And then this is the first pair of CDG Chucks that I have. As you can see, I have them laced like how I wear them, and kind of beat these up a little bit. But I feel like that's what Chuck Taylor are meant for. You're supposed to beat them up, wear them, show them some love, and kind of keep them with that age look. So I have these as well. Then here, I've worn these. I thought this was just pretty cool, nothing too crazy, but it just had like the smiley face with the Converse, so I had it. I think I've worn them like maybe like one time. And then, oh yeah, you got the heavy hitters. Not really a Converse, but it has like that same design language. But yeah, I'm gonna be a Buckeye till I die, no matter what. This is the most prominent. Should have wore these when we was winning the championship, but you gotta keep these on ice. But these, yeah, what you, yeah. Let me show you a little something. But yes, these I put with my Chuck Taylor collection. But pretty simple. Oh, you know what's crazy? Wait, let me rewind back a little bit. I didn't finish in Adidas without showing y'all my my Adidas phone boot. So everybody loves this boot. Like when I say I get so much love in this boot, I've never worn it, but my fiance called these the Subway Surfer boots. She looking at them crazy as I'm showing them to y'all. But hey, I love these boots. And they always sell them for like 40, 50 bucks. They're like super squishy. If you're short like me, they give you like 6 inches. So you could be like crazy tall when you wear these boots. Yes, they got them in black, pink, you know, purple, all types of different colors. But yes, I got these from Adidas when they was on sale for like 40 bucks. But that was the finish out of Adidas and Chuck Taylors. We're about to jump into New Balance, ASICs. We got some Ewing, some Babes. And then we're gonna get into some hardcore collaborations. We're gonna finish out strong with like some, you know, smaller brands and stuff like that. But let's rock and roll into there. Whew. Okay, so boom, now we down to it. So here we go. We got some ASICs right here. I haven't worn these. I got these on sale, I think, from another Soul Links tab. I think these is called like the ASICs 89. These are what Isaiah Thomas and, you know, the Bad Boys Pistons was wearing way back in the day. So I had to get a pair of these. I actually got these matching with my dad. I sent him some because I know how much he loves the Bad Boys Pistons and Isaiah Thomas. So I got him a pair of these. These are the New Balance 237s. Oh, sorry, ASICs. These are the New Balance 237s. I think that's the number on these. 237 or 327. One of those two. I got them in the tan. And then if you from Columbus, hey, you gotta have a pair of 574s in your collection. Like this was a lifestyle. This is lifestyle New Balance, but this is no matter what. You could always be fresh in it. I don't know about how fresh New Balance has been in, you know, other cities, but you can always wear a 574 in Columbus and you ain't gonna get too much hate. You know what I'm saying? It's not expensive. You could always get a pair of these around like the school year time. So I always keep a pair in my collection. I haven't worn these, but you know, just keep at least one of them. Then I have a pair of 650s here as well. I actually do wear these. Not too much, but you can see they got some love on them. I kind of wore them a little bit. I wore it to the Beyonce concert. I did. I ordered to go see Beyonce in Houston. I'm crazy for real, talking to that lady like that, screaming. But yes, I wore these to the Beyonce concert. And then that was all my New Balance. But leaving these, I actually was influenced. You know how to say people like be influencers? I was influenced from my brother Kari. Shout out to him. When I saw him do his video when Ewing, you know, sending some sneaks and he did a review on like the New York City collaboration, I had to pick these up. I wore Ewings when I was in college and people, you know, back then was like, bro, why are you wearing that shoe? It's like bulky and crazy. But I like bulky sneakers and stuff like that. But these Ewings from New York City are crazy. And if y'all are sleeping on Ewings, bro, tap into some of his models, bro, because they are crazy. Not all of them are like this big and bulky like how I like these. They got the Rogue that'll look really good. Some of the other ones that kind of look like the Jordan 2 New, if you know what that is, like you know, but they have a pair that looks like that as well. But I like the Ewings, and these were like just crazy. Nice collaboration with the New York City theme and everything. They had like a Statue of Liberty, but I just like these because they were a little bit different. And they came with like a lace swap to match like the checker, but I just left them in like that. So that's going to be there. Next, we're going to jump into some, like some one-off, some independent sneaker brands and some singular collaborations. And then, I mean, we almost done at the end, y'all. So let's jump into those. I'm gonna put these back. All right, y'all. We made it to the last block of sneakers. So, man, this has been some work. I really thought before like I started this, I was like, hey, this will probably take like an hour of me going through this. I'm probably, what is it now, like 2, 3? We on hour 3 of recording this video, going through all these sneakers, pulling them out, putting them back in, trying to keep it going. So like I say, I'm a little hot in here too as well, but hey, listen, we getting through this together. But yeah, so finishing out, I actually wore this sneaker today with what I have on right now. So it's kind of, you know what I'm saying? If you follow me on Twitter, follow me right now, but moves_the alpha. But I had this on today, but I have the Bagesta, and I really like this because if you look at the, the writing under there, it says A Bathing Ape under the star. Really cool sneaker. So this is like the only bait that I did keep when we kind of did the move and everything. Then we have independent sneaker artists. Yo, big shouts out to John Geiger. He has one of the best sneakers out there, and I want to say because he's independent, it might make it the best sneaker out there. Just flat out, nobody's doing it like he's doing it. And I was actually able to pick these up on that New Year release. This is the Champagne Tan release. He did have the Friends and Family that had the red bottom. I wanted those so bad, but I couldn't hit, so I just, I went ahead and put for the 10. And this is my first time ever getting the John Geiger, the 004. And these are crazy. I want to get more pairs of them. I was super excited when I grabbed these. I actually wore these for Valentine's Day when we went out, but I love this sneaker. Like, this is a good shoe, like good brand. This should have been sneaker of the year. I don't care what everybody says last year. They're like, but it came out and went. Like, no, this should have been sneaker of the year last year. I love the 81, but this was it. This rung bells. This shook up the game. You don't see many people doing independent sneakers that are original. They look, they look different, but love this shoe a lot. Moving into it, we have another heavy hitter. And Jay, listen, that raffle is out right now. Listen, that EQL, I know I'm usually a loser, but I'm telling you, these are the Saucony Matrix. We hadn't seen this silhouette since 2000. The J-Tips put his stamp on it on the no shoes in his house. I have a post about these that kind of tells a little bit about the story, but I have both of these in the collection. This is magnificence right here on the sneaker. I love crazy, funky colorways like this. You can see the Savior on the tongue, the Savior hits, and the Savior flower on the back as well. But I love this sneaker. If you're watching this, Jay, send me an invoice, man. I'm trying to get them joints a little bit early. I know I'm probably gonna take this EQL loss this weekend, but hey, listen, I love you, but I'm busy. Yo, that is a fire sneaker, hands down fire, crazy. But yes, I have both of these in the collection. And then to round out, before I show y'all just like some other miscellaneous stuff that doesn't sit in the wall, we have back in, what was that, like COVID times when bootlegging was a thing, or like bootlegging sneaks, everybody had like their own. We actually had our own sneakers, so the 4-play sneaks. My cousin is a designer. He designed the shoe. I kind of handled like a lot of the business behind it, but we made some noise down here in Houston. We actually got these shipped inside of a mall, inside of the store, but I have the Chicago colorway we did, the one, this was the original one. And I'm gonna put like some of the pictures from like branding and marketing that we did. I know I still have it in my phone somewhere, but this is like a play on the Travis. We did like the Play Before Rodeo, and the brand is called 4Play, so this is called like, these are all play shoes. Like, that was the word on it, like, this is my play shoe, this is my play shoe. But the Play Before Rodeo, it had like the 444 on the tag. Even on the inside, you had like the backward swooshes and everything on it. And then you had another pair that was like the Basquiat that had like kind of the tearaway look on the upper, that had like a baby blue bottom. I like these a lot. I really like these just because of like how different it was. This is like a Basquiat painting. And Cuz did really crazy with these. And then the final one, this actually has a tearaway upper. Once again, like, even on our own sneakers, this is red under there, and I'll put a picture of what the tearaway is under. It's red under there, but I never did the tearaway on mine. But I have these, and that is all of the bootlegs that we did when bootlegging was pretty crazy. So and let me get you all four of them again. But this was shoes that we sold, and we were doing like 60 pair every time. And they were just calls, and it was something fun to do as we were, kind of everybody was bored in COVID and everybody was making their own shoe. We did ours and kind of created some traction in the Houston scene. We was out there at the sneaker shows getting our stuff inside the mall. We even had a couple celebrities that ended up getting a couple pair, but neither here nor there. We don't care about that. On the bigger and better things. Some of them people we never even talked to again. But the things that I don't keep on the wall, so I have a couple over here in the chair. I don't wear designer sneakers much, but I do have a pair of these Coach sneakers, these Coach runners. I actually had these for a while, and I actually loved this sneaker. There was like a point where I was like wearing this shoe like almost every single day. So I had these Coach runners. I like these a lot. I thought these was way dirtier. I might actually wear these again soon. But I had these Coach runners. They don't stay in this room. They stay in the other closet. I'm not even gonna pour this out. These are a pair of shoes from like Zara that look just like this. Y'all saw these. And then I don't know if people even remember this sneaker, but this is like a throwback classic on Nike. This is the Nike Commuter. That doesn't have any shoelaces. It just has like a buckle. It's like a buckle mechanism to tie the shoe. The lace and the tongue is all together in one place. So this is the Nike Commuter. I don't keep this in here because sometimes I really don't have space for like sneakers like this, but I really love it. It's pretty cool. And then I have two pair of Vans. These are different. These are the Yacht Clubs. I think a lot of people own this sneaker. These are the Yacht Clubs. I know a lot of people love like that primary colorway. And then I forget what these are called. These are like called the Sunrise, the Van Sunrise, and that's really it, y'all. Like that's really it. That's my entire collection. It's been 3 hours of me talking, but that's almost every shoe I can think of besides like Crocs and slides and stuff. But if I was to do that, that would be like another 30 minutes. But Doc Martens as well too, because I do wear those. But this is it, y'all. Like y'all see the collection. We're finishing off on the Vans. All right, perfect. I'm gonna give y'all a hand clap if you stayed here this long, starting from the satin breads all the way down to the Vans, and you've looked at over 100, probably 180, close to 200 pair of sneaks with me. I'm gonna say thank you for staying along for the ride this time. I know, like I say, we always add like, yo, who gonna go first? Who gonna go first? I took the plunge and I went first. I'm gonna link the tweet back around here. So somebody gotta go next. I know I'm not gonna be the only one to do this. Y'all may not be able to get through y'all's whole collection. I know some of y'all said y'all got like 4 digits. Y'all got 1,000+ pairs. That'd be like a movie. This took me about 3-4 hours. So I know it'll probably take you like 8, 9, 10. But listen, if you stay here this long, I appreciate it. I haven't dropped a YouTube video. You said 10 months? In 10 months, but I'm back, and this is a good one. Like I say, this is not just a singular shoe. This is kind of everything that I've picked up, a culmination from the last shoe that you saw on the channel to everything that I've grabbed now. But if you haven't to this point, stop everything that you're doing. Go follow me on Instagram, Twitter, YouTube. I think that's the only thing that I really use. I use TikTok, but I don't really care for it. But if you do, Mooz the Alpha, MOOZ_THE_Alpha. And it's not like Alpha like the guys from the Fresh and Fit podcast. Those guys are corny. It's just because I'm an Alpha. I pledge that. So that's where the Mooz the Alpha come from. If I never said that. But yes, make sure you stop, drop a like, drop a comment, subscribe to this channel, follow me on Twitter, because that's where I spend most of my days talking about, shoes and everything. I don't talk about much anything else, even same thing on Instagram. Go over there if you like to see sneaks. I post pictures of stuff as they come in, post pictures of things as they get announced. I want to talk about a sneaker with you or two. But yes, if you did stay this far into the video, I appreciate it. Thank you. I'm back to dropping videos. I don't know when the next one will come after this, but we'll just kind of see how my days keep rocking and rolling. But yes, if you like what you saw, let me know. Share this to your cousin, your mama, your daddy, your grandma, your aunties, your cousin's cousin, your baby daddy, all of that. Share it to them. Say follow Mooz the Alpha. He got crazy sneakers. He like talking about sneaks. It's kind of what I do for a living. Not really, but this is what I do outside of what I do for a living. Yeah, that's it. This is my sneaker collection. This is all 180, 200 plus. I didn't count really. Y'all can probably do a counter for me. And that's it. I'm going to holler at y'all later. Peace.